Hey everyone and welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are doing amazing as always, and it's me Joe as always, and today I want to talk about the most unique horror movie of 2024 so far. Now, the movie that I want to talk about today is called I Saw the TV Glow. Now, this movie is, it was kind of advertised back when, the trailers for this movie came out. It was sort of advertised as this kind of a horror movie, but in reality, this is not really a horror movie. It has some scary scenes, it has some disturbing scenes, and, some scenes that are that make you feel uneasy for sure, but it's definitely not like a horror movie, so but the scenes that are scary really are scary and they hit hard, right? So I just wanted to sort of tell you that it's not really, and if you want to watch this movie, that it's not really a horror movie and you shouldn't expect one. So, what this movie is about, it's about Maddie and Owen, and they are, friends when they are teens, and they bond over this show, this, late night TV show called The Pink Opaque, right? And The Pink Opaque is about these two girls that fight supernatural forces, basically, and each week there's like a new monster introduced, and the big bad of Pink Opaque is called Mr. Melancholy. That's sort of the big bad of that show, right? And they love the show. They both absolutely love the show, and they just love it. But Owen has an abusive dad, and he doesn't really allow him to watch the show. And he at one point he's like, "Oh, isn't this the show for the girls?" And whatnot, and he acts abusive towards him and also his mother, that later we learn that she's actually battling cancer. Anyway, they bond over this because Maddie, she actually records the individual episodes on like VHS tapes, and then she sends them over to Owen so he can check them out. And they talk about like what happened in those episodes, what happened in the finale of each season. And they really bond over this. They become really close friends. They share some secrets about their personal lives with each other, and it's actually really touching. Anyway, then when the whole show basically ends, Maddie absolutely disappears from the town. And, before she disappeared, she actually said to Owen that, if he wants to go with her, that they can escape this town together. And Owen is like, no, I just want to stay here with my parents. I don't want to go anywhere. And so again, Maddie disappears, and then bad things, start to happen. His mom dies like a year after that, because she dies of cancer, and his dad later also dies. And so, and he gets like a job. Owen gets a job at like this dead end movie theater that's gonna probably close down in a few years, which it actually does in the movie. And he's not happy at all. He's just there's no life in him. There's no energy in him, And when he saw the TV glow, when they were watching the Pink Opaque show with Maddie back when he was a teenager, his eyes were glowing, and he said that he feels like he's part of the show, that he really loves it, that it's like his favorite thing ever, right? And when he grows up, he actually watches the show again, and when the movie skips like 10 years later or whatnot, he watches the show again, and it's like this lazy, cheesy, bad kids show. Essentially, it's not at all how he remember it. And so when he's shopping at a grocery store one day, he actually comes across Maddie, because Maddie is looking for him, and he's like, what happened? Like, you disappeared 10 years ago. Like, what is this all about? And she essentially tells him that all of it is real, and that the Pink Opaque is real, that the TV show is real, and that, they are the stars of the show, basically. And, she sort of offers Owen to sort of, dug him, basically bury him, in a ground so he could be reborn and he could live the life that he wanted to live, basically. And Owen is like, I don't want to get buried alive. Are you crazy? Are you nuts? No, no way. And so he declines the offer. Maddie disappears again. And then basically he moves on to, again, working at a dead-end job. The cinema, basically, it closed down, and now he's working at like this family fun center. And there, he has like, some panic attacks. He, yells, because like he's angry, at himself. And he's essentially like, all like drowned out of like energy. And, there's nothing really inside of him. And so he goes to the restroom one day and he literally takes a knife and he ribs himself open, and he still sees the glow that's inside of him, that the glow is still inside, And it's so beautiful. It's such a beautiful moment, it's so awesome. And then he just sort of walks out. He apologizes to everyone. And like, you might think that this ending of the movie is like really depressing, but it's actually sort of beautiful in a way, because he sort of discovered that he really is, or may be, a trans person, essentially. That's what this sort of movie tries to tell, is that Owen is probably trans in some way. And that basically, when Maddie first offered him to escape the town, basically, he declined because he was just so, he got used to basically living the life as himself, and he was afraid to change, And then the second time Maddie appeared in town, and she offered him to bury him alive, to be reborn. Basically, she offered him to transition in a way. That's sort of how I got it, anyway. So, and he declines again, and his life goes into decline again for the second time. Now, there are some amazing scenes with, like, the Pink Opaque, some horror scenes, involving, for example, I wanted to say Mr. Morale, but that's an album from Kendrick Lamar. But I wanted to say Mr. Melancholy. That's the big bad of the Pink Opaque. And there's a really good scene with him that's really creepy. So this movie definitely has a lot of horror in it. It has like 3-4 really good, scary scenes that are really disturbing, including the ending, at least the part of the ending. But do not expect a horror movie going into this one. It's really good. It's really enjoyable. I love this movie. I think it's beautiful. It's really beautifully shot. Also, like, it looks gorgeous. It's gorgeous to look at. There's, also like pink and purple, like, lighting everywhere, which sort of goes into like the non-binary transness of this movie. It's a really beautiful movie. I also love the fact that they are sort of talking about, being obsessed with like this one specific TV show, which, even I was obsessed, with like a TV show when I was like really young, when I was like 6, 7. I remember that my grandpa always recorded the original Scooby-Doo, Where Are You, from 1969, when it, had some reruns on TV. He was recording it on, tapes, on VHS tapes, and then he gave them to me, and I remember watching like the same episodes over and over again, and I never got bored. And it's essentially the same for Owen and Maddie watching the Pink Opaque. But, they actually see themselves, in the actual TV show. So it's pretty cool. It's an amazing movie. I highly recommend watching it. I haven't, told you everything about the movie. There are some surprises here and there. So I highly recommend watching it. It's a really just an entertaining movie that has like a nice message to it. It's beautifully shot. It looks beautiful, and it's pretty damn cool. So yeah, guys, this was sort of my review slash rant slash talk about not the Pink Opaque. I saw the TV glow. I saw the TV glow. So yeah, that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much as always for watching. I'll see you next time. Take care and bye.